subscribed, it's Steph, and this is Krista, and we're gonna break down a push-up for you. So pushing motion, something we do in everyday life. There's vertical pushing, there's pushing from the ground, horizontal pushing. So just talking about more or less a push-up today. We wanna think about finding a good foundation when we're moving into a push-up. So what we like to do is have someone kind of grab a dowel if they're not understanding how they're activating their muscles. We're gonna have them grab a dowel and then figure out where your arms are. So we've talked about this in our yoga videos where if you bring your hands down, so just bring your hands down in front, notice how typically your arm comes away from your body from the elbow down. That's called a carrier arm. Now take your arms in that position, and Krista's gonna draw her arms up and then just do a palms down motion. She'll have to flip it on the dowel. But that's about where her hands are gonna be in a push-up or down dog or possibly even a plank. So it's not really hands on her shoulders. That's pretty irrelevant when we're talking about individual bodies. So then she's going to grip the dowel, holding it tight. She's gonna pretend she's breaking the dowel, so that's gonna activate her arm and chest muscles, and then she's gonna do a slight pull back to fire up her lats. So if you move from a push-up in that position, or you even pull it down and back up, maintaining that, that's gonna be very challenging to do rep after rep, right?
Yeah.
So now notice her elbows when she's doing this movement. Her elbows are probably about 45 degrees, so if she pulls it back in, seeing her elbows and then back out, they're about 45 degrees or so away from the body. So they're not tight in and they're not chicken winging out. So we want to find that neutral position, and that's where your body is going to be strongest to push yourself back up from that push-up. All right, so let's take that to the ground. So if she's in a plank on her knees, we'll start there. She's going to think about that hand position again, and I'm just going to take the dowel and I'm going to find that neutral position. So she could go down on her back just a little bit. Yeah, and then neutral head and then bringing up through her core. So starting there, envisioning that grip, break, and drop back. Slowly lower about halfway, Krista, and then exhale and back up. Good, nice and slow. She could also go all the way down to the ground if she wanted, slowing it down, bringing it all the way down and all the way back up. So there's a lot of variations you can do. You can mix up the speed, you can mix up the pace, you can take a little break. So tons of variations there. Now, if you're new to push-ups, we might have you start on a wall, we might have you start on an incline, we might just have you hold a plank or practice with the dowel, or we might have you come to your knees. So some things we want to watch out though when we're doing our push-up is making sure that we're not dipping into it. So if she's in that plank position on her toes this time, so this goes for knees and toes, we want to make sure that she's not dumping into her shoulders. So that's where that engagement comes in through kind of that pulling back. We also want to make sure that her butt isn't up in the air, so show us what that looks like, right? So if you need to, you can always bring it to the knees, but we want to make sure we have a good neutral position here. So she can pull her head back just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Nice strong engagement, and then taking a push up from there, she's gonna come down about halfway and exhale back up. Nice, and rest. So it's a very challenging move. It's something that you build up over time, and we're gonna work a lot of different variations, but just thinking about the hand position, the engagement, so it's not just you hanging out in your shoulders. We are working chest, we're working shoulders, we're working biceps and triceps, but we're also working back too. So making sure that all the right muscles are turned on so that we can get the most out of this movement.